Welcome to
Burger Edition,
the show where we review burgers and go terribly off topic. This is episode 103, 1909, Taverne Moderne.
Whole lot of numbers.
Yeah. Located at 1280 Avenue des Canadiens, connected to the Bell Center, I guess in the depths in the boiler room of the Bell Center. And they have a second location in Laval. If you want to know the address, look it up yourself.
Yeah, we're not your mothers.
Matthew.
1909.
1909.
That's not what I meant to emphasize. Avenue de Canadian.
Yes, that's
Canadians.
right.
Canadians
Yes.
Avenue. Like all Canadians, or are they specifying just the team, the hockey team?
They mean the team. It's actually Avenue des Canadiens de Montréal. So it's the team. They named a small section of a street after the team. The basically only things that are on that street are the arena, and it's the restaurants connected to it, and the old Windsor train station, which is no longer a train station. It is now a exit for a metro station and a convention center, basically.
Oh, okay. There's
also St. Hubert's in there.
Oh, yes.
Was that what you were going to mention?
No, I was just talking about there is still a train there somewhere.
Yeah, I think
like
they
the train
have
to the West Island.
That is now from Lucien-Lallier station, which is on the west side of the arena.
I was in the complete wrong place. I didn't catch the train.
Okay.
I'll tell you that. I was running around, and I think I saw St. Hubert. And
yeah, you were in the old train station, not the new train
but
station.
But it looks like a train station.
It is a train station.
So I get there.
It was a train station.
I was on the phone with someone. I was like, yeah, I'm in the train station. Nobody's here. There's nothing going on. There's a bunch of statues.
Honestly, the train station itself looks very little like a train station because it's the end of the line. It's the side of the Bell Center, and there's like a pro shop where you could buy themed pucks and jerseys and stuff.
That doesn't seem very professional.
Well, yeah, I guess it's true.
Amateur. Amateurs buy pucks.
Let's call it the gift shop.
Gift shops.
We'll call it the gift shop.
Yeah, that's where they go when they run out of pucks.
Just run upstairs to the gift shop. Get some extra pucks. Well, I like the idea that they'd have a professional hockey game in the National Hockey League and be like, we're out of pucks.
Yeah, that'd be a good commercial for the gift shop. Really legitimize their business a little bit.
Really legitimize those puck sales. Because I feel like very few people are like, yeah, let me get one of these pucks with the logo on it. It's just like the real thing.
100% I can go to the dollar store, buy a bunch of dollar store pucks and sell them. Just because my address is somewhere in Canada. I can sell them to people in the States.
I suppose. Canadian
pucks.
I guess you could. Matthew, this restaurant has been open for just about a year. We did not visit it in its first season. I feel like it was very busy in its first season because of its exciting newness. Mm-hmm. It seats, I believe it's like the largest restaurant in Canada. Mm-hmm. In capacity. It seats like 1,000 or more. It seats a lot of people. Before you got there, what were your initial thoughts and impressions of 1909 Taverne Moderne?
Well, I was thinking the only way, 1909, explain the relevance of 1909.
So 1909 was the year in which the Montreal Canadiens were founded.
Okay. Now, so that's what I assumed, but I thought, now this had better also be the address had also better be 1909. Otherwise, it's got to be terribly confusing for people.
That does make sense, and it is not the address.
No. It wasn't too confusing for us, but you led the way.
Yes, but we're still pretty confused. There were arrows, and it said, "Taras this way," and
there was a
something
hurricane
else that way
going on. A tornado, hurricane. What do we call it?
So I met up with you at your apartment right before we headed out for a burger, and the radio cut out, and there was like a beeping and an automated warning. It was a warning for a tornado in southwestern Quebec. I guess we're in southwestern Quebec, or at least very close to it.
Yeah, I did the whole never eat shredded wheat thing. I was like, where do we fit in on
that
spectrum?
Yeah,
but
definitely.
That's kind of us.
In the grand scheme of Quebec, we're definitely in the southwestern part of it.
Yeah.
And so we left your place. We weren't sure exactly where we were going to go eat. And it was very windy and stormy out. Matthew, you said you were envisioning your death many times on our walk to the restaurant.
I saw my death so many times. It was a Final Destination. I just kept seeing signs blowing. There's so much construction going on. So there's so many things that are not held down. So much scaffolding, so many fences, so many just sheets of metal. You hear so many horror stories of people just getting obliterated because a sign gets picked up by the wind, 80 stories high and then falls. It's horrifying. So I kept my eyes to the skies.
It's true. You were walking around, you had your arms up like a lot, as if you were ready to block something if it were to come your way.
Well, because I had my hands in my pockets, and I was like, no, my hands need to be free.
Yeah.
They need to be ready to shield
swat
myself.
away any danger.
Or to push you in front of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would help, but at least we'd both go down together.
That's fair.
No, but I was really glad to get indoors.
So considering that there was a tornado warning, we decided to go to this restaurant and go 3 stories deep, it would seem.
Yeah.
We entered the restaurant. They said, take the escalator down and then make a left.
It was
which is strange because, one, there's an escalator in your restaurant. Yeah. Never seen that before. And 2, because that means there's someone on the ground floor whose only job is to say, go downstairs.
Yeah.
Don't be confused. There's no one up here. Just go downstairs.
Well, it kind of felt like it was a rescue center, or I was like,
it was a bunker.
Here to get away from the horrible winds, the tornado. Head downstairs. That's where everything is. You'll find your bunks and soup
and rations. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we headed down a level. There was a giant, like a human-sized bobblehead. Mm-hmm. And then we looked around and realized, oh no, we have to take another escalator down.
Yeah. You
have to go down 2 levels to the real depth so that you're really safe from any hurricane or a nuclear blast.
Yeah, that's when I felt like I just want to live down there. No natural light.
It's true. And we were now, 3 stories deep into the ground and wandered up. The restaurant was very quiet in the evening. I thought it would be a little bit busier. There were like maybe 20 customers in the entire place, and this place seats like 1,000. So this place was very empty.
Why would you have people go all the way down and fill up from the bottom? Why wouldn't you start at the top and fill downwards?
It's true. The only reasoning I could think of is that there is a giant television screen. I want you to at least be able to use the giant television screen
to watch like baseball.
Yeah, sure.
That no one was watching, or like
no
animated
one was really watching
football.
There was those infographics for the football game. There was a football game on. There was a baseball game on. There was some wrestling on too, but they sort of focused on the baseball until the football started.
Yeah.
Giant TV, Matthew. Can you guesstimate how huge that TV was?
Well,
it was basically a 2-story tall projection screen.
Yeah, so I was going to say, like, I can't let you call it a TV
It's
screen.
true.
I don't think they build television screens that large. I know they're getting bigger, but they're not that big.
No.
That's definitely a projector. And I'd say, I don't know, that was like movie theater size.
That was movie theater size. Would you say maybe even IMAX size?
No.
Comparable?
No.
Okay.
No, IMAX, you'd really feel it because we were close. If that was an IMAX screen,
we weren't that close.
Well, close for an IMAX.
We were still like 40 feet away from the screen.
Yeah, but you're 40 feet away from an IMAX screen. That's big. Well, it depends. I don't know. It's hard. I didn't go up and measure it. Normally, that's what I do when I see large screens.
You just take out a measuring tape?
Yeah, large. Well, no, with my feet.
Oh, okay. Oh, what?
Yeah, just take steps, but you touch your
to see how far away you are from the screen?
I measure a lot of things.
With
I know.
Your feet?
Yeah.
Do you know if your foot is 1 foot long?
Yeah, when I wear my boots.
Okay.
Or even most shoes, they're like 11 and 3. It says my foot's not that size. But
what did you...
you
just trailed off and said 11, 3, and moved on.
I was going to be like 11 and 3/4.
He's the length of your...
Close enough.
Close
but
enough,
when I wear my steel-toe boots, that's 12. That's a perfect 12.
You know that your foot is 11 inches and 3/4 without a boot? You've measured your foot?
Not my foot itself. That's huge. But my shoe. My shoe is not as
but with
thick
a boot,
as a boot.
You get the full 12.
Yeah, and you base it off of like a 12 by 12 tile when you're walking around in a department store and you're looking at the ground.
How do you know? Are you measuring these tiles?
The tiles are just 12 by 12. Most of not all the time, but like sometimes
They're
it's
big,
like,
they're
okay,
small.
that one there is 12 by 12 because it's not going to be a random number. It's not going to be 11 by 11.
Why not? 11.5 by 11.5.
It could be. And then all the measurements I've made mentally in my life are wrong then because I've based it off.
We're going to have to measure your boot after this.
So I've measured everything.
So enormous television screen. We got 2 floors down. We asked to be seated, and the guy sort of shrugged and said, "It's sit wherever you want," because the place was so quiet.
Yeah.
We went and took a nice booth. It's a nice seat, except it was a little uneven. There were certain spots in that booth that one wouldn't want to sit because it was too cushy or too firm.
Yeah, I love booths.
It was like a beam in the middle.
Yeah, I love booths, but I can't handle the just how different they all are. You never know. Maybe you sit in the booth and you're like, I shouldn't have done it, because I hate sitting too low from the table. I hate it when it's too cushiony.
I see what you mean.
And this was in sections, too cushiony, so I had to sit on a beam.
Yeah, even when I had my food, I had to sit at the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
So that
in anticipation
things
of more
wouldn't drip.
Food.
No, just so that I wouldn't get things on my lap.
Yeah, that's true. When you got your food, that's another matter.
Okay. Before we get into that, Matthew,
the problem of seating yourself.
You were telling me on the way to the restaurant that you had $1 million idea.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I even want to lead with it because it's going to steal the show.
Let's hear it, Matthew. Let's start big.
So I mean, in 103 episodes, 102 episodes before, we have only ever had one other $1 million idea. It was your $1 million idea. That was
my $1 million idea, copyrighted.
Yeah,
I would like to remind you. And I think I demanded, if anyone attempts to use it, payment of $1 million.
Yeah, that's how you're going to get it.
And it was the word amazing. Amazing and mayonnaise together. It's a no-brainer.
2 years later, and it affects me in such large ways that I'm
think
excited
about it all the time.
My fingers are trembling.
I think about it and then prevent myself from saying it just in case someone might try to steal it.
Yeah, but now you've said it on the radio waves. Recorded it. It's everywhere.
Copyrighted.
Yeah.
Anyway, Matthew.
So mine. It just then this just struck me, a stroke of genius. Late, like 2 a.m, just walking down. Doesn't matter what street, but you know when you see something and you think that's a great idea, but then you realize that you've misread the thing you're looking at, and now you realize that idea is all mine.
I can't say that this has happened to me very often, but
no, it's
elaborate.
It's like if somebody says something and you think like, oh, I love the sound of that name, and then you repeat it and it's like, no, the name's Samantha, and it's like, so the name I thought of, it's all original, it's mine.
I'll often do that for jokes where someone said something, I laugh, and they go, why is that so funny? And I'm like, oh, I thought you said this.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So I forget what I actually saw, but what it comes down to is I got to open up unless someone wants to pay me $1 million for the idea, which I'd much prefer, a women's undergarment store.
Okay.
And it will be called Bras Before Hose. And the hose... Okay. You won't need them in parentheses, but it'll be pantyhose. So it's going to be a store that sells bras and pantyhose. But it's called
Bras Before Pantyhose.
Yeah, but don't say the panty. That ruins the joke.
Okay.
So Bras Before Hose. You're shaking your head.
I'm iffy on this.
You go sit in the alleyway with your pocket full of mayonnaise, and I'll be
better read than said.
Better read than said?
Yeah. Because when you read it, it looks enough like Bras Before Hose.
Yeah.
But when you say Bras Before Hose, it sounds like you want to say Bras Before Hose.
Okay, but no one's going to be out there yelling out Bras Before Hose.
Well, your TV ad is never going to work.
It's going to be all in the font.
Okay.
The font's going to play a very large part. And also...
a round lowercase a on that word bra.
Yeah. It's there's just so much to it, and it's all in keeping with the theme of making sure the customers always see, hear about,
bras first,
and purchase the bras before the pantyhose.
Okay.
And I was speaking with somebody about this.
Is it only bras and pantyhose?
Only bras and pantyhose.
There's no underwear.
Okay, so I think there might have to be, but they are not the main focus. It's got to be
pajama pants.
I'm willing to. There's a bit of wiggle room here.
Okay.
But basically, the large items, bras. The other large item.
I mean, depending on your bra size.
Pantyhose. You got you got everything. You have every size. It's like it's like a Bed Bath and Beyond of just
bras
pantyhose and bras.
Okay.
And I was having this discussion with somebody. They did not find it very feasible. They found it to be very controlling, that I would expect people to only look at the bras before they went to look at the hose.
Yeah.
but it's all in the way you configure